What's up, everybody? Chris here from Bold Canyon Outdoors, and I'm hanging out in the BCO garage, and it's hot today. It's about 111 degrees out, but I've been getting a lot of questions about the BCO Adventure Jeep, specifically to do like a walk around. They want to know the ins and outs, and I've gotten a lot of questions about different parts of it. So today I thought I would just do a quick walk around and show you what I've got inside and outside and the way we've built the BCO Adventure Jeep as it sits right now. Now, obviously, every Jeep is a work in progress. We've got things we want to add, modifications we want to do, but for right now it serves our purpose extremely well. So let's go take a look at the BCO Adventure Jeep. All right, well, here she is, and I'm just going to start at the front, and I'm going to work my way around and talk about the modifications that we've done and why we've done them. So, all right, we'll start at the front. As you can see, I've got a Poison Spyder Customs RockBrawler front bumper. We decided to go with a shorter one, kind of a stubby bumper, because I wanted to have a really good approach angle with the tires. I've also got a Smitty-built 9,500-pound winch with a Factor 55 Fairlead synthetic winch rope and a Factor 55 Flat Link E on it instead of a hook. Running some cube lights up front. I've actually got some strobes in there because we do a lot of parades and things like that. It's fun to have the strobe lights on them. And then I'm running the Truck Light LED headlights. All my forward-facing lights are LED. They're nice and bright, do a great job in any conditions. I love having LED lights on the Jeep. Now right here, for those of you that own JKs, you know that you can get some hood flutter. Like when a semi-truck is going the opposite direction on a highway, it'll make the hood kind of bounce up and down. So I added the Rugged Ridge hood clasps to keep that hood flutter from happening and keep that hood locked down. Up underneath here, we've got an Old Man Emu 2.5-inch suspension, which actually netted us about 3 inches. They rate them kind of conservatively. I do have the matching steering stabilizer hiding up under there. The lift kit allowed us to go with a 315/70/17 tire wrapped around a nice set of 17-inch method race wheels. It's a fantastic wheel. This is the new bead grip wheel, which has kind of a ridged bead to it, making it so you can drop it down to like a pound, and it takes way more pressure to knock them off a rim. So it's not a bead lock, it's called their bead grip. Great wheel, highly recommended. Fenders, I've got Poison Spyder aluminum fenders on it. Went with the aluminum because they don't rust. I've never painted them. I like the silver look. They look just fine and actually give us a little bit of extra clearance for the up travel. Do have a set of KC LED gravity A-pillar lights here on pods. We're running the factory Rubicon rock slider on it, and I've used it quite a bit. Never really had a need to change it. We don't really like steps, so we're just going to leave that as it is. And of course, we've got the rear fenders to match the front. Moving around the back, we've got the RockBrawler 2 rear bumper, which is a tire swing that's connected to the tailgate. This is a great setup because when you open it, all of the weight of the tire is on the bumper and that big hinge over there, but it's got this turnbuckle that ties it right to the tailgate. So I don't have to worry about opening things twice, and I don't have to have a big heavy tire right on the tailgate. We do have the optional mount for the high lift on the bumper also. Great setup. Got the Pandemic USA flush mounted LED tail lights. These are fantastic. Gets that big plastic light out of the way. They're LED, they're nice and bright. The little reverse light there. GearAmerica shackles, the matching spare. So that is kind of the basic exterior, other than the AEV snorkel that we've got up front. So this snorkel, we do a lot of driving in dust and things like that. Not a ton of water here in the desert, but if I ever did have a crossing, we do have the opportunity to drive through deep water with the snorkel. Up top, hopefully you can see that. I can't really see because of the sun. We've got the Rhino rack with the backbone system. So that platform holds about 250 pounds driving and about 800 pounds static. So really nice stout rack up top there. Got the element ramps, and then beyond that, I've got the Rotopax fuel and water tanks. Those are always up there. And on the other side of the rack, we've got a Smitty-built awning. I don't always run the awning, but I leave it on quite a bit. But we're always out camping and hanging out, doing things like that. It's great to have an awning. Nothing like having a little bit of portable shade when you're out in the sunshine in the desert, that's for sure. So let's move around to the back. So we built this drawer setup in the back. And this is really cool. This is one of the best things we ever did. We've got a custom-made dog bed that sits on top. It's actually a canvas, like a giant pillowcase that fits 4 of our pillows in it for camping, and our dogs can sit up on top. Because we're always traveling with kids and dogs, it's always good to be able to put the dogs somewhere, but it does limit us. We can't put a fridge in or anything like that, or at least we haven't tried to. But we put in this drawer system, and on one side, We've got a cutting board and our Coleman camp stove. And on the other side, we've got a cooler. And of course we tuck other things in here, like there's a first aid manual, an electric lighter, extra gauze, towel, things like that. We do pack tons of stuff in here. As you can see, here's my GearAmerica gear bag there. Got other first aid. We do have a full case of first aid, but that usually goes up on top. Over on this side, we've got our portable commode with a pop-up toilet tent. And then this is our little propane hose adapter there. This window here, I can't really see from the driver's seat. So nothing obstructs my view here, but it tucks in nicely, stays out of the way, nice and secure. And underneath here, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a shovel, and then clear back in there is a folding table. Just slides right underneath, plus some extra gear. That sits in the pocket there. And of course, I've got my tailgate table, which I built to swing up. So it's out of the way of the drawer when it opens, and it sits nice and high because I'm a tall guy, and locks into place. And let's see if I can unlock it with one hand, hopefully. Oh, there we go. Locks back down. Do have a CB antenna back here. I run a Cobra WX, all-in-one unit CB in here, which I hardly ever use. And I leave those drawers in there pretty much all the time. It's kind of neat. You go to the grocery store and get ice cream, and you have a cooler that you can throw it into. Top, we do have one 10-inch rigid bar back here. Lights everything up like crazy if you're at a campsite or what have you. Well, let's take a look inside. Nothing too groundbreaking in here other than the dinging from the keys, but I do run the Nexbase 522 camera. Hopefully going to upgrade to the 622 pretty soon with the image stabilization, but for now we've got the 522 with the cabin view module on it. So you see the videos when we're driving around in the Jeep and you see us talking in the inside. That's the cabin view module right there. And then of course the forward facing 522 standard module here. Now up top, as you can see, pan back a little bit, I have homemade headliners. Now I do have another video on these, on how to make them. And I'll tell you what, these things are absolutely awesome. Normally with the black fiberglass hardtop, it's really hot in the sun. Like if I put my hand right here, it's pretty warm there, but here, not at all. So it does keep it a lot cooler, keeps the road noise down, and looks pretty neat too. I love the fabric. We do have the Jeep rubber floor mats in it. Those are always good. They collect a lot of garbage and junk and gravel, and you can just dump them out or you can hose them off or what have you. I am running a little light pod here, so everything's independent, runs all of my lights, hooked directly to the dual battery system, which I'll show you next. But yep, other than that, we're a pretty stock interior. Go pop the hood here. Need two hands, but let's see. I can just hold it up. All right. So here is the Genesis Off-Road Dual Battery Kit. So this guy is an all-inclusive unit. You actually take out the factory battery tray and it takes everything out back to about here and replace it with this beautiful dual battery tray. So we're running two Group 34 batteries in there. It's got its own isolator. It's a super smart system. It's got a push button on there for emergency start, but I can run my inverter off of what's called the house battery and run that battery till it's completely dead, and it will not drain the battery to start the car. The winch is actually run to the house battery, but the starter battery always stays good. So even with the car not running, I can run the winch and not worry about my battery. So that is pretty cool. This was one of the most nerve-wracking things in the world. Nothing like taking a cutoff wheel to a nice Jeep hood and cutting a big notch in it for the snorkel, but turned out good. Works well. We love it. All right. So that's it. That's all we've got going. 2.5-inch lift, some 315 tires, and a bunch of accessories. And we just have the best time in this thing. It goes everywhere we want to go. The BFGs are getting a little worn out. I'm going to put some of the Milestars on it here pretty soon. All right, I just pulled the Jeep back in the garage. It's way too hot outside. I was filming this on my iPhone and it overheated mid-sentence, so that's why it was kind of a quick cutoff. So, hey, I'm curious. Comment down below. What do you like about the modifications of the Jeep, or what would you change? What's the favorite modification that you've done on your rig? Love to hear from you guys. I always try to respond. And man, we've got tons of plans for this. Eventually, we want to put on a solar charging capability for the dual battery, onboard inverter. That's not my portable inverter, so we can do more electricity, things like that. Love to do a fridge at some point, but we're very limited on options on height because, like I said, we bring the kids and dogs everywhere we go. Hey, do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and ring that bell for me. I'm going to keep bringing you more videos of cool gear reviews, lots of fun stuff, cool adventures, and I love having you guys along. So if you ring that bell, you'll get notifications every time we put a video up. Right now we do it every Monday, but we might start doing it more often. For Bold Canyon Outdoors, this is Chris signing off. Happy trails, everybody.